Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this battle is about to commence. There's been no countdown, so to speak, but that doesn't matter. We've got here an M53, M55. In fact, it is the M55 because it's got the 8-inch howitzer, and we're located on the south spawn of Lakeville, and the commander of this SPG is Exet. Okay, now he's immediately gone to counter battery mode, even though he's still loading. Takes 35.44 seconds to reload this Arty. It's quite a long time, but he's found a target. Scorpion G. He's almost loaded. He is loaded. Dials in. Sets up a shot and fires. Wow, he did get a hit! A splash hit for 475 hit points, and that's useful. And he's relocated straight away to avoid counter battery. It's got plenty of tanks in the valley. But there's an awful lot of heavy tanks sitting back at the cap. Some of which haven't moved at all. And that might be because they're having trouble loading in. After all, Exet himself didn't load in for some time, which is why there was no countdown. Okay, he's loaded. Ready to go. Looking for a target? Well, he's not altered his aim. I'm not sure if he's aware that he's reloading. No, he is now. Okay, and he's changed his aim. And what a lot of targets. The heavy tanks have clustered together at the ridgeline at the centre of the valley. And that could be awkward for them. And he selects the AMX 65-ton, fires around in and hits 3 tanks. The T-34, the AMX 50-100 and the AMX 65-ton. That was a really useful shot. And he stunned all of those tanks. But most of them cured their stun straight away with their first aid kits. Okay, he's looking to get another shot in, and he's almost reloaded. I think he's going to go for the 65-ton again. And is he going to select that T-34? No, 65-ton. Dials in, aims, rounds out. Oh, big hit! He got 319 hit points on the 65-ton. He got a 269 on the 112, and he also picked up stun assist off that. And it looks like the 65-ton has gone down to the Centurion. It's always very useful when the enemy does cluster together like this, because you can spread the damage. The 8-inch howitzer has got a very, very large splash circle, 11.7 meters. That's the radius. So it actually covers an area of over 22 meters. And he got another multiple hit there. Most damage was done to the T-34, 341 hit points. But he also damaged the T-54 for 217 and the Centurion 1 for 184. So selecting these tanks as a group of 3 means that he stands a very, very good chance of collecting a very high total when it comes to the end of the match. He's almost reloaded, selected the T-34 again, but this time I think he's going to go for the Centurion 1 because he can splash the T-34 to death. Okay, he's going for them. Oh, well, it looks like he got a direct hit there on the T-34 and wiped them out, but he actually did 151 hit points of damage to the T-54 and picked up an additional 308 off the Centurion 1. Now he's already up to 3.2k of actual damage and 1k of stun assist. And he's actually seems to be preventing those enemy tanks from crossing the ridgeline in the centre. Not on his own, because he has got the help of that FV4202, and he gets 441 hit points of splash on the Centurion 1 and relocates straight away. Yes, he does have the help of that Centurion 7-1 and the FV4202, but they are taking damage from the enemy tanks. So how long they can stay there, I don't know, but we've still got the problem of this T-32 and this T-34 who is sitting in the cap doing absolutely nothing. And it must be said that they are novices, they are noobs, in fact very much noobs, because their ratings are very, very low. Okay, now he's going to go for the 5100, I think, but trying to put the shells so it goes over that wreck of the 65 ton. Just to one side, and the shell goes in and hits the target, but because it was unsighted at the time of impact, he doesn't know how much damage he did. But I'm pretty sure that was a lot of damage. Now the rest of the team are saying, please report the OHO. Well, the OHO may be a novice, but he is actually fighting. According to the chat messages, he actually is a team killer. He's damaged one of his own team. That may as be, but he is still one of the ones who's fighting. Okay, round out on the Skoda and wipes him out, and at that moment he's picked up the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle. He'll have to keep that up, keep up the damage level, and he's gone and parked himself behind that T32 because, or T34 rather, because it's not actually doing anything. It's just sitting there vacant, and he might as well use it as a shield if it's not going to actually take part in the battle. Now the scores are fairly even. They do have more heavy tanks on Exet's side, but he's got a Skoda S1 there. Skoda F1, a Striv S1, and he gets a lovely hit there for 340 hit points. I had Skoda on the mind after that Skoda T50 was taken out, and that Striv hasn't moved, and I suspect that he's probably damaged the tracks. He's still stunned. Ah, he's moving now. I think, yes, he's repaired his tracks and he's pulling back down off that mountain because if he stays where he is, he's going to get hit again. Okay, he's moving to the back of the map and we've lost sight of him temporarily. The E75 has made his way up the lake road, but he's now facing a Scorpion. He's got the OHO for support, but that OHO hasn't moved very much from where he is at the moment. There's the FB3805, the enemy Arty. And Exet wipes him out for 450. That's a one shot. And that means he can't be counter-batteried now, so he doesn't need to relocate anymore. The only reason he'd need to relocate now is if the enemy gets close to his camp. Now, unfortunately, we lost the OHO. He was taken up by the Scorpion G. But that Scorpion G is pulled back around the corner to stop the E75 killing him. And that batch out 12 ton, well, we haven't seen him for a little while, and there's a possibility he's on his way over to this camp. So we'll have to keep an eye on the mini-map just in case somebody turns up suddenly on the south end of the map. That's why it always pays to have a good big mini-map in the corner, because then you can spot those sudden changes and sudden appearances of the enemy. Right, he can hit that 112, and unfortunately it moved right at the last moment, so he only got a 77 hit point hit on him from splash. But Exet's moving to the other side of that mound, and with good reason, because if that 112, if that batch at 12 ton is, oh, there he is, yes, he's moving. He has been spotted now by the E75. And he is headed towards the town. Well, if he heads this direction, Exet's going to need something undercover. And I know he's actually trying to reposition so he can hit that Scorpion G, but now he can hit that Striv S1, who's hiding up on that mountain there. He's lost sight of him temporarily. The MX5100 on his own team probably doesn't want to proceed any further because he's very low on health. Ah, now the Striv has been spotted, and there he is. He's actually sitting in the pass. He's taking fire, but unfortunately he takes out the AMX, but he's taken out and returned by Exet. And that's an additional 365 hit points. Now he's relocating, pulling back, but the problem is that batch at 12 ton. He's gone unsighted again. The T32 finally came to life, and so is the T34. T34's moved forward to a position where he can actually spot anything coming down the valley. The T32's gone to the other side of the town, and he's spotted the Scorpion G. And we can see the batch at 12 ton. He's headed this direction. Now this could be awkward. Now, Exet's loaded. He can shotgun that batch at 12 ton if he gets close enough. The 8-inch howitzer is actually very effective at shotgunning. And there's the M53 on the enemy team, and he's turned up at this side of the cap. Now, it's a good job that exet went behind that rock, because if the AMX-50-100 had seen him, he would have shot him straight away. And the T-34 is taking fire, but can he finish off that AMX? Yes, he does! And that's good news, because that means that exet can now... is free to move from behind this rock. The 112's on the Lake Road. We lost the E75 a little while back. So now it's 3 versus 3, but the enemy seems to have the advantage. The Scorpion G is there over the other side of town. The Batchat 12 tons over there, and the 112's on the Lake Road. Now, if exet can get them... Oh no, they just took out the T-32. Exet fires around in, takes out the Scorpion G. That means it's just the full strength Batchat 12 ton. He's 100% health. And that 112. The T-34 is taking up a position to cover the Lake Road. And hopefully he'll also be able to spot for that Batchat 12 ton if he's headed this way. Okay, there's the 112, and he is headed down this way. And he's been taken out by the T-34, but the T-34 is receiving fire. Now, I don't know if that was from the 112 or from the Batchat. Well, the T-34 is moving up the Lake Road, and it looks to me like exet's taking up a position to assist. Or is he worried about that Batchat 12 ton? Well, he ought to be, because that 12 ton has just fired a whole load of shots into the T-34. And the T-34 is down to his last bit of health. Oh, now, does exet go up the valley, or does he turn around and face the Batchat? Well, I think he's going to have to turn around and face the Batchat. Oh yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. The T-34 will more than likely get taken out. There's not a lot he can do. He's stuck on that Lake Road. If he tries to move off, the Batchat will get clear shots at him. So he's moving ahead. Exet's moving back to take a covering position over the cap. But we've lost sight of the Batchat 12 ton. I think exet's taking up a position behind this mound again. Oh no, there goes the T-34, and that means now that he's all alone against this Batchat 12 ton. And you can be sure that this Batchat 12 ton is heading this way, and he is 100% health. So it's 100% health M55 versus a Batchat 12 ton. Who's going to win? Well, I think I know where my money will be placed, because the M55 has the 8-inch howitzer, and that can do an awful lot of damage to a light tank at close range. And here comes the Batchat 12 ton. Which way is he going to go? Is he coming round? No, he's changed his mind. And remember, the M55 is a turreted Arty, so it can change its aim fairly quickly. And here comes the Batchat 12 ton. Lines him up and shotguns him, but he doesn't kill him. Does 836 hit points, and he's received a hit from the Batchat 12 ton. Not much, so I suspect he ammo racked the 12 ton when he hit him, and he's ramming him now. He's trying to ram him bit by bit, and he's losing health, the Batchat. If he can only pin this Batchat to a rock and ram into him, that will finish him off. Okay, he's pushing him back. Keeps pushing him back. Now, go for it. Ram him. And he does. He takes another hit in the process, but he finishes him off and picks up a Top Gun into boot and wins the battle. Now, that just goes to show you, see, the M55 is a very powerful Arty. Even when faced by the light tank better beware. Now, let's have a look. The win rate for that battle was 11,739, and that was just the recorded amount. There was a lot of shots in there which were unsighted, so we don't know what the win rate for those ones were. But I suspect it's a higher score than actually shown. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an ace tanker for exet in the M53 M55. He also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, and he got a Gore's medal because he did more damage, exceeding 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. He got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and that's exactly what he got. He got a Stark's medal because he received 2 hits, both of which were from the Batchat 12 ton. He killed at least 2 enemy. He lost at least 2/3 of his hit points, but he survived to win the battle. And on top of that, he picked up the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, naturally, he's top of the table when it comes to damage, 7,329 hit points. Such a huge total. Almost 3 times, not quite 3 times the damage, definitely more than twice the damage of the E75. When it came to kills, he got 6 kills, which is definitely 3 times the score of the E75, and double what any of the enemy managed to get. And when it came to base XP, 1,433, and that dwarfs the totals of the enemy and his own team for that matter. So let's have a look at the detailed report. Well, he fired 14 rounds of ammunition, got 10 direct hits, 10 penetration, very accurate shooting, and 17 splashes. Now the reason he's got more splashes than shots fired is because when he was firing those shells into the pass, he was hitting more than 1 tank at once. In fact, most of those shots he was hitting 3 tanks at the same time. So that's why he scored so high. Did damage of 7,329 hit points, of which 6,329 were at more than 300 meters. And of course the difference is the Batchat 12 ton, who he hit and killed at very close range. He received 2 hits from the Batchat and 2 penetrations. He damaged 11 of the enemy, more than 2/3 of the enemy team, and killed 6 of them, which is more than 1/3 of the enemy team. He also did 1,003 hit points of stun assistance of 22 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 80,192 credits, and he gets an extra 10,000 credits for the personal mission, and after repair and ammunition resupply, as well as consumables, he was still left with 36,732 credits. He received 2,150 XP, but it was ×3 for the first victory, and he got a personal reserves bonus of 1,074 and a personal missions payout of 1,075, meaning his grand total came to a huge 8,600 experience points altogether from one battle. That is a pretty amazing haul. So well done, exet. That was a really good battle. Just goes to show how powerful the M55 can be in the hands of somebody who knows how to fight it. And it also shows that when faced with a full strength light tank, the Arty can sometimes come out on top very nicely indeed, and you certainly showed that Batchat 12 ton who could win in that face to face. It was definitely you. So if you like this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that we'll be featuring in our next video.